Stop crying for a second. Just stop. I know it hurts. I know the tears won't stop. I know you feel like you're drowning, and nobody cares. But before you go back to crying, I need you to hear something. Something nobody else is going to tell you tonight. Those tears you're crying right now, they're not weakness. They're not you being overdramatic. They're not you falling apart. They're you finally being honest. And that's the bravest thing you've done all day. Now let me tell you why you're really crying. You're not crying because you're weak. You're crying because you've been strong for too long. All day you smiled, you functioned. You did what you had to do, you showed up, you performed. And now that everyone's gone, now that you're alone, the mask comes off and everything you held back comes flooding out. You're crying because you're exhausted. Not just tired, soul deep exhausted. From pretending you're okay when you're falling apart. You're crying because nobody asked if you were okay today. Nobody checked on you. Nobody noticed you were barely holding it together. You're crying because you feel invisible. Like you could disappear tomorrow and the world would just keep spinning. You're crying because something hurt you. Maybe something someone said. Maybe something that happened. Maybe just the weight of everything finally becoming too much. You're crying because you're lonely. And I don't mean alone. I mean lonely. That deep aching feeling of being surrounded by people who don't really see you. You're crying because you're scared about your future, about your choices, about whether things will ever get better. You're crying because you care about things, about people, about life, and caring hurts when nothing seems to care back. That's why you're crying, not because you're broken, but because you're human. And being human in this world is hard. So let the tears fall. Don't fight them. Don't be ashamed of them. They're telling you something important. They're telling you that you've been holding too much for too long and your body is forcing you to let it out. Listen to them. Your tears are trying to tell you something. And it's not what you think. They're not saying you're weak. They're saying you need rest. They're not saying you're failing. They're saying you're overwhelmed and you need help. They're not saying give up. They're saying slow down. They're not saying you're broken. They're saying you're healing, and healing hurts. You know what tears really are? They're your body's way of releasing pain that's too big to carry. They're proof that you're still feeling, still caring, still fighting, even when it feels like you're losing. Most people go numb. They shut down. They stop feeling anything because feeling is too hard. But not you. You're still here, still feeling, still crying, still alive. And I know it doesn't feel like strength right now. I know it feels like weakness. I know you're sitting there thinking I'm pathetic for crying like this. But you're not pathetic. You're real. And real is rare. Most people are too scared to feel this deeply. Too afraid to be this vulnerable even with themselves. But you can't hide from yourself. You can't perform when you're alone. You can't pretend when it's just you and the darkness. So the tears come, and they're honest. Brutally, painfully honest. They're saying, I can't do this anymore. I need something to change. I need help. I need rest. I need someone to care. And all of that is okay. All of that is valid. All of that is human. So stop judging yourself for crying. Stop calling yourself weak. Stop being angry at yourself for having feelings. Your tears are not your enemy. They're your body trying to save you from yourself. Listen to what they're saying. Let me guess what's really making you cry tonight. It's not just one thing. It never is. It's the person who hurt you and never apologized. The friend who stopped caring. the family member who doesn't understand. It's the job that's draining your soul, the bills you can't pay, the future you can't see. It's the relationship that's falling apart, the loneliness that won't go away, the feeling that nothing you do is ever enough. It's the dreams you gave up on, the person you used to be, the life you thought you'd have by now. It's everything all at once. All the pain you've been pushing down, all the hurt you've been ignoring, all the stress you've been carrying. And tonight, it all came crashing down. One small thing broke you, and suddenly everything you've been holding back came flooding out. Maybe someone said something cruel. Maybe you saw something that reminded you of what you lost. Maybe nothing specific happened and you just can't take it anymore. Whatever triggered it doesn't matter. What matters is that you're feeling all of it right now, and it's overwhelming. It's suffocating. It feels like it will never end. But here's what I need you to know. This is not your forever. This is just your right now. Right now you're in pain. Right now you're crying. Right now you feel like you can't breathe. But right now is temporary. It always is. This feeling will pass. Not tonight. Maybe not tomorrow. But it will pass. And when it does, you'll be stronger for having survived it. You'll be wiser for having felt it. You'll be more alive for having cried it out instead of keeping it in. So let yourself feel it. All of it. Don't push it down. Don't distract yourself. Don't numb it. Feel it. Cry it out. Let it move through you. Because the only way out is through. Why nobody knows you're crying. You're crying alone right now. And that's the hardest part, isn't it? Not the crying itself, but the fact that nobody knows. Nobody's checking on you. Nobody's asking if you're okay. You could text someone right now. You could call. You could reach out. But you won't. Because you already know what will happen. They'll say what's wrong, and you won't know how to explain it. They'll try to fix it, and you don't need fixing. They'll tell you it'll be okay, and that doesn't help. Or worse, they won't respond at all. They'll see your message and ignore it. Or they'll respond tomorrow when you've already pulled yourself together. So you don't reach out. You cry alone. Because crying alone feels safer than crying to someone who doesn't understand. And that's okay. That's not your fault. That's not you being difficult or closed off. That's you protecting yourself from people who don't know how to hold your pain without making it heavier. But I want you to know something. Just because nobody knows you're crying doesn't mean you're alone. Right now there are thousands of people watching this video, and most of them are crying too. You're all alone in your rooms, in your cars, in your bathrooms with the shower running so nobody hears. But you're not really alone. You're part of something bigger. A silent army of people who cry at night and smile during the day. People who are strong for everyone else, but fall apart when nobody's watching. People who feel too much in a world that tells them to feel less. People who are surviving things nobody knows about. You're one of them, and they're with you right now, even though you'll never meet them. That has to count for something. That connection. That knowing you're not the only one. You're not alone in your pain. You're just alone in your room, and sometimes that's exactly where you need to be. When I was crying alone at night, I wish someone had told me this. It's okay to not be okay. You don't have to have it all together. You don't have to be strong all the time. You're allowed to break down. You're allowed to feel overwhelmed. You're allowed to cry until you can't cry anymore. That doesn't make you weak. That makes you human. I wish someone had told me that crying doesn't fix anything, but it helps. It releases the pressure. It lets out what needs to come out. It's like your soul taking a breath after holding it for too long. I wish someone had told me that the people who don't understand your tears don't deserve them anyway. That real people will sit with you in your pain without trying to rush you through it. And if you don't have those people yet, that's okay. You will. But until then, you have yourself. I wish someone had told me that tomorrow will be different. Not necessarily better, but different. The sun will come up. You'll wash your face. You'll put the mask back on. You'll function. And that's enough. You don't have to thrive tomorrow. You just have to survive. I wish someone had told me that these tears are watering seeds you don't even know you planted. That growth happens in the dark. That transformation is painful. That becoming who you're meant to be requires breaking who you've been. I wish someone had told me that I wasn't crying because I was giving up. I was crying because I was still fighting. Because people who've given up don't cry. They don't feel anything. But you're still feeling, still fighting, still here. And that matters more than you know. So here's what I'm telling you, what I wish someone told me. You're gonna be okay. Not tonight, not tomorrow, but eventually. And until then, it's okay to cry. It's okay to hurt. It's okay to not be okay. Just don't give up. Please don't give up. Right now, you're in pain, and you want it to stop. I get it. But pain doesn't just disappear because we want it to. It has to go somewhere. Some people push it down. They ignore it. They distract themselves with work or substances or other people. But that doesn't make it go away. It just makes it wait. And when it comes back, it's worse. Some people lash out. They hurt others because they're hurting. They burn bridges because they're burning inside. But that doesn't heal the pain. It just spreads it around. Some people give up. They decide the pain is too much. They stop fighting. But that's not strength. That's surrender. And you're stronger than that. So what do you do with this pain? You feel it, fully, completely, without judgment. You let yourself cry tonight. You let yourself be sad. You let yourself hurt. And then tomorrow you get up. You wash your face. You take a breath. You take one step forward. You don't have to have a plan. You don't have to know what's next. You just have to keep going. Because pain is temporary. But giving up is permanent. And you didn't survive everything you've survived just to give up now. You use the pain. You let it teach you. You let it show you what needs to change. Maybe the pain is telling you to leave something that's hurting you. Maybe it's telling you to set boundaries. Maybe it's telling you to ask for help. Whatever it's saying. Listen. Don't ignore it. Don't push through it. Don't pretend it's not there. Face it. Feel it. Learn from it. And then when you're ready, when you've cried all the tears you need to cry, you transform it. You turn the pain into purpose, the hurt into help, the suffering into strength. You become someone who understands pain, who can sit with others in their pain, who can say, I know how that feels and mean it. That's what you do with pain. You don't waste it. You use it. Let me tell you the truth about tonight. Tonight is hard. Tonight you're crying. Tonight you feel like you can't take it anymore. But tonight is not forever. Tonight is just tonight. Tomorrow morning, you're going to wake up. Your eyes will be swollen. Your head will hurt. You'll feel tired, but you'll also feel lighter. Because crying releases something. It lets out what was trapped inside. You'll get up. You'll go through the motions, you'll put on the mask again, and for a while you'll be okay. You'll function, you'll make it through the day, and then maybe tomorrow night you'll cry again, or maybe the night after. And that's okay. Healing isn't linear. It's messy and painful and slow. But every time you cry and survive it, you get a little stronger, a little wiser, a little closer to being okay. So tonight you cry, tomorrow you survive. The next day you try again. That's all you have to do. Just keep trying. Just keep surviving. Just keep showing up. You don't have to be happy. You don't have to be healed. You don't have to have it all figured out. You just have to not give up. Because I promise you this, there will come a night when you don't cry, when you go to sleep without tears, when you feel peace instead of pain. I can't tell you when that night will be, but it's coming. And every night you survive between now and then is a victory. Every tear you cry is proof you're still fighting. So cry tonight. Let it all out. Don't hold back. And then tomorrow get up and try again. That's all anyone can ask of you. That's all you can ask of yourself. Just keep going. You're going to finish this video. You're going to wipe your face. You're going to take a breath, and then you're going to make a choice. You can go back to crying. You can let the pain pull you under again. Or you can decide that tonight you cried enough, that you let it out, that now you're going to rest. Either choice is okay. There's no right answer. But if you have any energy left, I want you to do something for me. I want you to do one small thing to take care of yourself tonight. Drink some water. Your body needs it after all those tears. Wash your face. Cool water. It'll help with the swelling, and it'll make you feel a little more human. Change into comfortable clothes. Get into bed. Put your phone down, and try to sleep. Even if you can't fall asleep right away, just rest. Just close your eyes and breathe. Tomorrow is going to come, whether you're ready or not. So you might as well rest up for it. And if you can't sleep, if your mind won't stop racing, then put this video on again, or find something else that comforts you. Music, a movie you've seen 100 times, whatever helps. Just be gentle with yourself tonight. You've been through enough. You don't have to be productive. You don't have to fix everything. You don't have to figure it all out. You just have to survive tonight. And you're already doing that. So give yourself credit for still being here, for still trying, for still fighting. That's more than enough. Before you leave, I need to tell you something. I see you. I know I don't know you. I know we'll never meet. I know I'm just a voice on a screen, but I see you. I see your pain. I see your strength. I see how hard you're trying, and I'm proud of you for making it this far, for surviving everything you've survived, for still being here even when part of you doesn't want to be. That takes courage. Real, raw, terrifying courage. And I know nobody's telling you that. I know nobody's giving you credit for just existing right now. So I'm telling you, you're doing an incredible job just by being alive. You don't have to do anything else. You don't have to achieve anything. You don't have to prove anything. You just have to keep breathing, keep surviving, keep showing up. And some days that's all you can do. And that's okay. I want you to know that you matter. Your life matters. Your pain matters. Your story matters. Even if it doesn't feel like it right now. Even if nobody in your life is showing you that. Even if you feel invisible, you matter to someone. Maybe someone you haven't met yet. Maybe someone who needs to hear your story someday. But you matter, and the world needs you in it. So please don't give up. Please keep fighting. Please stay. Not for me, not for anyone else, but for yourself. For the version of you that's waiting on the other side of this pain, the version that's stronger and wiser and free. If you're crying alone tonight, know this. You're not weak for crying. You're strong for still being here. And whatever you're going through, you will survive it. You've survived 100% of your worst days so far. This one won't be any different. Rest tonight. Fight tomorrow. And never forget that your tears are proof you're still alive and still feeling, and that means you haven't given up. Keep going. We need you here.